Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I pray everyone is doing well this morning. Thank you guys for being patient with me today and extending me some grace. I'm a firm believer of being on time. Not to say that I'm always on time. Let's make sure I clarify that. I'm just a firm believer in being on time. My laptop stand has been doing some funny stuff this morning, so I've had to play around with it a bit. And in the process of playing around with it, I ended up moving. Things just wouldn't get stable. Hey, Slick Nico twins. So I'm just gonna say, hey, Sin. Hey, Nico. Hey, Primping Ain't Easy. Thank y'all for coming in. Forgive my tardiness. However, it was a different kind of morning this morning. Yeah, and I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm just gonna say it was a different kind of morning this morning. However, I thank God for allowing me to get here. If anybody sees I am content out on these YouTube streets, let her know I told you. These learning to wrap my hair, doing head wrappings, came in great handy after my brain. Look at me. After my brain surgery in 2016. I do want to show you guys my shirt that I got from Five Below, but it kind of goes with today's theme of things. And it says limited edition. And I love it, actually. Got a little Disney artwork in there. What I love about it is that it says limited edition. And my prayer is that we all know that we are a limited edition. Like there's nobody that can be a better run. There's nobody that can be a better Lord, I was gonna say sincere, but there's nobody that can be a better Primping Ain't Easy. Nobody that can be a better slick Nico twins. Like that's your purpose. That's who you are. The world needs you to be you. So we're all. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to let my seat up. I promise y'all, I'm 5'4". At least that's what I like to think. Hold on. Letting my seat up, though. Your girl needs to lose some weight, so it's probably. Lord, where's the darn thing? Oh, Jesus. Okay. I'll try to be as comfortable as I can when I'm here. Amen. Okay. Now I don't feel so little anymore. I felt so small at first. Although I don't mind feeling small. I just want, if I have the ability to be a little bit taller, I'm going to take that ability. So to all of you in the room with me today, I say welcome to Brunch with Iseashia. Hubs is not with us this morning. He's actually at our mom's. So I'm kind of rolling on my own, as y'all can tell. And he set up everything. But yeah, it just, I don't know. It's like, I can't explain it. Your mom loves you. Hey, thank you for coming in. Love the head wrap, glasses, and lipstick. Cute. Thank you. Head wrap. Cousin April, she, right after my brain surgery, she brought me a lot of different head wraps and showed me how to wrap my hair, wrap my head. And so I'm so grateful for that. Lipstick, the lip bar, you get from Target or online. Glasses, They're made by Ray-Ban, I think. Yeah. And that's not me even being funny. Like, I don't just buy glasses to buy brand names or whatever. I really can't see. And I like red. So thank y'all so much. I'm a one of a kind. Oh, yes, yes, you are. You definitely are. No, just kidding, Vermont. You are one of a kind. And I praise God for you and you being one of a kind and him allowing our paths to cross. Hey, MV Vlog, day to day. Have a good day, beautiful. Thank y'all so much for coming in. Typically it's 11:30 on Saturday. But like I said, when life happens, you just gotta roll with it. And extend some grace. You know, I told y'all that I had named my fro and I was gonna name her Shirley. Because, you know, Tabitha Brown says we must name some things, get close with some things. So I've literally officially named my hair, and her name is Grace. And so I'm giving Grace a break today. And we're just going to do this. We're not going to even put any type of products in Grace because Grace is already, if you were to see my pillow, she's moisturized enough. Talking loud with Keish. Hey, sis, I miss you. And when I say I miss you, I miss you. I've gone over and seen some videos and hit like on videos. I think I may have commented on a few, but I hadn't been in a live. And it's like, I got to get over there. Like your lives, Robert Banks live. I am content, baby. Y'all have me rolling, and I have to get over there. So yeah, so is it YouTube etiquette? Let's talk about this real quick before we get started, because I don't really know about YouTube etiquette. I know a little bit about Facebook, but not YouTube. Thankful that I had that in my ear, but not much about YouTube. So tell me, is it YouTube etiquette to share out your own live? Anybody? Because I was like, that could come across a little vain, I guess. But I wanted everybody to know that I'd be on this Saturday and to come in and spend a little time with me. And then the time ended up changing. And I was like, okay. So yeah. How's everybody's Saturday going so far before I get started? Anybody? Anybody? She said, oh, I miss everyone too. Yes, do it. Let me see. Good morning, the positive mukbanger. Thank you for coming in. Let me know how your appointment goes. Hey, CeeLo, what's up, love? Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. All right. So far, so good. My day is going great. Awesome. So, what did you guys think about today's title? We hadn't even gotten into it, but I would love to start off with, what are your thoughts? Yes, you can share your own live, and it's actually recommended that you do so in case they don't get the note. Primping ain't easy. Thank you, honey. So far, so good. Okay, so let me start out. Hey, Motivate One. She said, cute. Thank you. So y'all know I said my husband, he's productions, right? And he had something totally different for me to put on. So when he does see it, he gonna be like, that's not what I put out, but I needed my shirt. Okay, let's see. Bad day, but I'm here listening. Vermont Paint, listen on, baby, because I just believe today that if we are experiencing a bad day, bad week, I can tell you the last 2 weeks I've had some stuff going on. And in the midst of stuff going on, I'm still feeling bad because I can't support people, or I'm not there, or I'm not where I usually be. And I don't want nobody to think I'm acting funny. And it's just life. So yeah. All right. So as we start, I just pray that God enlightens our hearts, that we can have a conversation today. She said PFT, me too. Or was it poof, me too? Or like, psh, me too? Yes, please hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. I didn't make any real notes or anything. It's kind of crazy. So the topic is you were born to win. So don't consume yourself trying to fit in. Talking Loud with Keish says, LOL, life pulls up and pulls some crazy strings. Yes, it does. And so we've kind of gotten into this little habit that I don't know that I'm going to continue. But when I got this title, it made me think about a local artist that we have here. And it was Kevin Davidson, I'm sorry, and the Voices. And they had a song that says, Born to Win. The chorus says, hold on through the night. Everything will be all right. Come along to victory's side. You were born to win. The solo part says, someone said I would lose. Others said I would fail. But don't fear. The best is yet to come. You were born to win. The verse 2 says, forget about your past. Trouble won't always last. Like an easel, rise above it all. You were born to win. The solo part 2 says, destiny is calling me to fulfill what you said I'd be. Eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard what you shall be. You were born to win. Then there's another verse that says, hold your head up high, aiming towards the sky. Like an eagle, rise above it all. You were born to win. I agree, Talking Loud with Keish. Being yourself is so important. So I'm going to give y'all just a tad bit of this because I don't want a copyright strike. But hopefully, because Kevin Davidson and the Voices are Memphis own, they will be like, you know what? No, she's putting me out there. I'll be also sure to put the song in the description. But the way it goes is, hold on through the night. Everything will be all right. Come along to victory's side. You were born to win. Can you help me sing it? Yeah, you were born to win. Some said I would lose. Others said I would fail. But don't you fear, the best is yet to come. You were born to win. Can you help me sing it? Yeah, you were born to win. Forget about your past. This is so fact right here, y'all. Trouble won't always last. Like an eagle, rise above it all. You were born to win. Can you help me sing it? Yeah, You were born to win. Hold your head up high, aiming towards the sky. Like an eagle, rise above it all. You were born to win. Can you help me sing it? Yeah. You were born to win. Can you help me sing it? Yeah. You were born to win. Let me say it one more time. You were born to win. We were born to win. So many things, or so often we were told that we were born, we talked about this a little bit yesterday, we were born with this against us. We were born with that against us. No, let's strike all of that. We were born to win. Can you help me say it? Yeah. We were born to win. And if you believe that, will you tap it? Just type it in the chat for me. We were born to win. We were born to win. Can you help me sing it? Yeah. We were born to win. I dare you to write it down. We were born to win. Tell yourself every morning, I was born to win. I was born to win. Can you help me say it? Yeah. We were born to win. Yes, we were all born to win. Victory is on our side. We were born to win. I'm a firm believer, what you put out is what you get back. I'm a firm believer in sowing and reaping. I'm a firm believer in you reap what you sow. Ms. Manning to you says your title reminds me of Marvin Sapp, you saw the best in me. Yeah. When everyone else around could only see the worst in me. Yes. But it's not even about, here's the beauty. It's not even about anybody else seeing you right now. It's about us knowing we were born to win. Can you help me say it? Yeah. We were born to win. And that's it. Knowing one, that we're born to win. So when the odds, or what the world say is the odds are stacked against us, when it feels like the odds are stacked against us, no, we're born to win. And it may even seem sometimes like, okay, especially when it's somebody that you know is spiritual, someone that you know that knows God, but they're battling something on the inside. So that kind of makes them mean. It kind of makes them distant. It kind of makes them not reachable. And so you're like, wait, we're serving the same God. So I feel I'm born to win, and that person feels they're born to win. But the key is your heart. We can all serve the exact same God, but if our heart isn't in the right place, God deals with the matters of the heart. Even with everything that David did, and David, we often talk about how great David was. We won't ever talk about the stuff that David really did wrong, like the fact that David slept with another man's woman and then had her husband killed. We don't talk about that stuff. We don't talk about that. But yet David was a man after God's own heart. But we don't talk about that, you know. So yeah, welcome to everybody to Brunch with Iseashia. This is a place, I often say, and I probably need to update my about page, but my platform is a safe place for us to have uncomfortable but necessary conversations. Everybody is welcome here. I don't push religion. I don't push organized religion. I love the way I am content explained yesterday. I am spiritual. I do believe in God. I do believe in the triune God, God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Ghost. However, I don't believe in all the rigmarole. I hadn't used that word in so long. The rigmarole that comes along with organized religion, all of the extra that comes on top of organized religion. I firmly believe, hey, His Chosen Queen, Miss Belinda. Let me make sure I spoke to everybody before I go into my spiel. So everybody, hello. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Even though I started late this morning, I please hit the thumbs up. You were born to win. Can you help me say it? Yeah, we were born to win. Shout out to Kevin Davidson and the Voices of Memphis, Tennessee. When I was getting prepared for today, that was the song that just, even through the night, it just, hold on through the night. And it's so, yeah, yeah. Everything will be all right. Yeah. Come along to victory's side. You were born to win. Can you help me say it? Yeah. You were born to win. I encourage you. I don't know if you guys write on your bathroom windows, mirrors, but I am born to win. Victory is on my side. Like, hey, Sticks girl, how are you, love? Victory is on my side. We're born to win. Hey, BBK. She said, stopping through before work, be blessed and keep singing. Yes, ma'am. And please know that she said, I love your voice. I love you, honey. And that's real talk. I love all y'all. Thank y'all for coming. So let's talk about it. Let's put it on the table. We were born to win. I showed you my shirt, Five Below, limited edition. And that applies to all of us. That ain't nothing super special about me outside of God created me to be me. He created you to be you. And whatever that thing is that God created in me, the world needs it. And whatever that thing is God created in you, the world needs it too. This topic kind of came about with me trying to discover my niche, my place on YouTube. We've kind of talked about it before, and I'm over it. Like, whatever it is, whatever I'm brought to the table to do, that's what I'm going to do that day. Whatever niche y'all want to put me in, just let me know so I can go over there to that section and check it out a little bit. But other than that, it is what it is. I am Iseashia. That's it. I think I'm probably going to just change the name to my page. I am Iseashia. That's it. Nothing extra. What y'all see on camera, I promise, is what happens off camera. I don't try to hide nothing from you. I'm not perfect. I love what I am content posted in her. I actually shared on my walls if you guys hadn't seen it, but she posted, I am perfectly imperfect. That's me. I mess up. I'm not above being told, Iseashia, you done messed up. I'm not above being told, Iseashia, you need to apologize. Oftentimes my husband tell me I apologize too much because I will someone will do something to me and I will go and apologize just to not have tension or discord in the air, because I don't like stuff to mess with my energy. And that's just me being real. So for those who are super spiritual, my spirit. For those of us that are just kind of earthy, my energy. For those of us that still trying to find ourselves, my spirit and my energy. I mean, okay, just don't bother my atmosphere, my aura. All of this just is mine, and let's keep it positive. Let's keep it uplifting. Yeah. So thank you, Sonia, for coming in. Awesome voice. Thank you, Miss Belinda. Beautiful song. Thank you, Talking Loud with Keish. Queen, I need to really speak with you. Yes, ma'am. I do have a phone line now for this. Let me put it up while I'm here. Can you help me say yeah? You were born to win. So we do have a call-in number now. Who did it? God did it. She said that part. Motivate one, be not conformed by the evil things of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Exactly. And that's a daily thing. Miss Manny to you says, he is mine and I am his. It doesn't matter what I did, for he only sees me for who I am, is what I was referencing. But yes, if you think about it, we were born to win. Yes, yes, yes. Your title reminds me of Marvin said, yeah, the best in me. Yeah. And that's true. Like, and people always think it's like the distinguished ones that God can use. No, honey, I love that my mother-in-law says, she always tells a story about, my mother-in-law, she's 91, but when I say a bucket of wisdom, she tells the story about this drunk man. She said, even a drunk man can tell you something. And my mother, I remember when my mom was sick, and at the time she had told her church, and they only shared it with like the intercessory prayer team. And my mama called. My mama was like, no, you tell everybody. My mama said, you don't know who prayers can and cannot get to God. She was like, I want everybody to know what's going on with me, so everybody can pray about me. And I love that about my mom. And I will say that's one of the things that I've taken on. We can't judge who prayers and who prayers don't get through to God. We just can't like do that. It's not possible. So I don't believe in putting people on a pedestal. And don't get me wrong, there was a time that I did, because I didn't understand. I thought it was called a system of reverence, and I understand respecting my elders. I was raised to respect my elders. I was raised in the South. But when it comes to pastors, bishops, apostles, any area of leadership in the church, they, according to the Bible, they do have a greater responsibility because they're responsible for the souls under their leadership. However, please remember, they're still just a man or just a woman at the end of the day in an earthly body that has accepted a call that God has given them. So they still can make mistakes. They still can commit sins. They do commit sins, because there's nobody perfect in this world. And so if we can get away from holding those people so high that when they do make a mistake, a life mistake, we won't be so hurt or so disappointed, because at the end of the day, they're human. But if they're bringing you something that can help you get through your life, that can help you push forward, that can help you go and grow, take that. Yeah, I don't even know how I got to that, but take that. And don't consume it with, well, I pay my tithes and I expect better. And expect better of yourself first, because God, just because you pay your tithes don't mean that God is accepting you willingly if your spirit wasn't right when you dropped it in the bucket. I'm gonna leave that alone, because I ain't even at church right now. I hadn't been consistent in a good minute. Okay, I'm sorry from the top. Thank y'all again. I can't apologize for being late. God's will be done. Thank you for all the cutes. Somebody please let Sticks girl, please let I Am Content know that I told her I was gonna come through one day. Grace, I named my fro. Her name is Grace. We're not gonna go with Shirley. It's Grace. It hit me this morning. But yeah, Grace, I was like, girl, don't worry about it. I got you today. I got you. You ain't even got to worry about trying to come out and show for the people and do. I got you, girl. I got you. Got you covered. Hey, Dwayne and Ray, how are you guys doing? Slick Nico twins, thank you guys for coming in. Y'all, they are indeed my little bro, my little sis. Don't play with it. Slick Nico twins, I refuse to fit in. I was born to win. Yes, I don't know which one. I can't say yes, Ron, or yes, Nick. I don't know who I'm talking to, but yes to the both of y'all. Absolutely. Talking about what Keish said, something about the topic that I want to put up. Thank you, Miss Linda. Thank you, Keish. I'm going to tell you that. Sorry, I need to lay down for a bit. Okay, Vermont, just know that I pray that whatever is going on with you today, that God lightens your spirit, lightens your heart, and that he comforts you as only he can. Hey, Irene and William, and thank you so much for coming in. Know that I love you much, and that is for sure. Talking about how Keish said something about the topic, y'all. I was trying to get back to it. Absolutely. Yes, she said being yourself is so important. And it is. Like that, and that's pretty cool also coming from her. And I say that because I'm trying to make sure my mic is turned the right way, but where y'all can hear me, but not where I'm being smacked by it. One of the things that I love about going to Talking Loud with Keish T's channel, she is a channel holder. And actually, I believe everybody in here, High Life of Sanya is a channel holder, except for Motivate One and CeeLo. But everybody else has a channel, so please connect. And I think you'll be glad that you did. One thing that I loved, so around October, I don't even think I've ever told Talking Loud with Keish this. So Talking Loud with Keish, girl, I hope you're still here. If you're still here, please say I'm here, so I can just do this as a public testimony of how you bless my life. Talking Loud with Keish, are you in the room? Talking Loud with Keish, are you in the room? Yeah, I'm in the room. Are you in the room? Thank you, Sanji. Sanji, you still hadn't told me if it's Sanji, Sanja, or Sanya. I just like to pronounce people's name right because you see how mine spell. So it's okay because she can go back and play it, but I'm gonna say it because we're on live. So hey, the Blind Guy Show, thank you for coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So back in October of 2019, I had just made a decision that I would go back on my antidepressants. And that's me being authentic, real, telling you about me. The positive mukbanger, hold on real quick. BBK, you're working, right? BBK is working. CeeLo, are you still in the chat? Please let me know. If you're a mod and you're in my chat, let me know. If you see a blue wrench by your name, say I'm here. Ooh, I'm here. Maybe one day I'll join the Content Creator Club. Motivate, come on in the room. Yes, come on, we welcome you. We will help you. We will give you all of the tips you need to start. Now I'm not a veteran or nothing, as they say, not a veteran. I'm not a veteran or nothing. I really just started on Mother's Day. So my husband says in and out, but I'm here, babe. Take care of mom. I got this. BBK says she's here but listening. Okay, so Dre, you worry about mom. BBK, thank you for listening. You work. Motivate One. So here will be your you're about to, will you be in the chat for a while? How long will you be here, Shug? Ooh. Motivate One and Sanji Watts. Sanji, how long will you be in the chat? Okay, so if you will notice, I just put a blue wrench by your name. If you sneeze wrong, I'm bringing the heat. I love you, BBK. I love you. Sanji, how long will you be in the chat? Will you be here? I just want to make sure I got another. Yes. Okay. So I'm about to give you a blue wrench as well. All right. Well, you guys, please motivate one. This is your first task. So, with that blue wrench, you are able to put people in time out who come in and say some things that are not okay. Like, I don't block people. I do my best not to block people. I just want to make sure that someone isn't coming in using vulgar words, not coming in being extra disrespectful. I'm great with people having their own opinions. But yeah, just want to make sure I have somebody covering me. So I think I'm pretty good. All right. So I'm gonna tell you this story about Quiche, or Talking Loud with Quiche T. So in October, actually around September of last year, I made a decision to start taking antidepressants. So let me explain to you how I got to this place. My mother passed in December of 2017. It was one of the most different aspects of my life. I'm not going to even say difficult, because I didn't have the time to really feel. I literally just had my brain surgery in June of 2016, had a horrible experience afterwards, had to have another brain surgery September 30th of 2016. While I was in the hospital recovering from the first brain surgery, my mom came over and told me that her not her, but that breast cancer had came back. My mom had originally got diagnosed with breast cancer when I was 20 years old. And so I'm 42 now. She beat that one. Stayed in remission for a good 15 years or so. And so in 2014, it returned. And at that, yeah, so 2014 it returned. At the same time, my grandmother got diagnosed with cancer. So it was just like, ooh, the cancer stick. And so when I had the first brain surgery, I didn't recover well at all. And my mom, I talked about that in the Kiari episode, and you can kind of check that out. But my mom had to come over one day and tell me that the cancer had metastasized from her breast to her brain. And so she was going to have to do some different type of treatments. There really wasn't much I could do at the time, because I was down, y'all, like really bad. And so then around September, after several stays in the hospital, going through a bit of palsy, going through a bit of not being able to trust my body at all, several infectious disease doctors, having caught chemical meningitis a couple times, have several different spinal taps. Finally, it was a 1% chance that it was the artificial graft that they used to seal the back of my brain. And I said, take it out. So I opted for the second surgery, and they removed it, and I was fine that same day. As I was recovering, my mom went into the hospital. And so this is 2016. My mom went into the hospital. So all 2017, all remainder of 2016, all 2017, I took care of my mom. In 2017, January of 2017, my mom had to have heart surgery. Now, mind you, she was already getting, what do you call that? I was saying laser, or not laser. The words have just gone. Not laser. Radiation for the brain part. And then their fluid had build up around her heart, and she had to have heart surgery. So that was January 17th. So all of January 17th, I literally took care of my mom. I didn't even do any therapy after the surgery for this. I took care of my mom. So we get to 2018. I'm knowing that at this point that my brother's going to have to move in with me. So I kid you not, from 2016, 2017, and 2018, I ran on adrenaline. Even after my mom passed, I didn't have that grieving moment. I still hadn't had the full grieving moment. I don't believe, but I don't know. I also don't think about death like it's final. So I don't know. But 2016, 2017, 2018, I'm just running on adrenaline. Gotta do what I gotta do. Life is what it is. Hey, let's go. Gotta keep moving. Go, go, go. So finally 2018, towards the end, my therapist, I've been seeing a therapist since 2013, told me that I feel that you're depressed and you need to take some medicine. And I was like, nope, Now, we already dealing with this ADHD stuff. Y'all ain't about to put me on no medicine, because, you know, we don't take medicine, not like that. We don't get depressed. Our ancestors went through a whole lot of stuff. They weren't depressed, right? Okay, because that's what, right? So I was like, okay, I guess I'll try it. Tried the medicine, didn't have any side effects whatsoever. The medicine actually worked and gave me some energy. But just the thought process of, I'm Black, we don't get depressed. I'm a strong Black woman. I can handle this. My mama did it. My grandmama did it. I can handle it. I can do it. I don't need any medicine. So I took the medicine for about 6 months, and then I took myself off. Let's get to September of 2018. That's when I took myself off the medicine. So I took myself off. Wasn't going to use it at all. September, went all the way through, started school in January of 2019. I did well. I did well. I had 4 classes. I don't know what made me think after 10 years of being out of school to go back to school and go full time, but I did it. I made 2 A's, 2 B's. I did well. Went through the summer. I was like, I probably should get back on my medicine, but so I went to the doctor, got a prescription, got it filled, and I couldn't do it. I was like, I can't do it. I can't. Hey, Kimmy, Unstoppable. Thank you. Honey, it's okay. Y'all don't have to apologize about that at all. Life is the circle of life. It's okay. Like, she's in a better place. Hey, Blacklight Records. How are you doing, my friend? So so I made the decision, and I got the medicine filled, and I couldn't take it. And I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. And he was like, okay, well, I'm not going to force you. And so around September, it just got really bad. Like, I was in my room in the dark all the time. I only came out to go take my kids to school, pick them up, take my daughter to therapy, pick her up. But I didn't want to go hang out. Didn't want to go hang out with friends. When I would go, I'd go, but it just, I was there. But I'd always smile. Music come on, I always dance. For me, it is, yes, thank you. That's my Kimmy there. Kimmy, thank you so much. And so Trigger Man comes on, and that's my I don't know, it's something about it that just make me want a gangster walk and Gore-Tex, so that's the little thug in me, I guess, little gangster, I don't know. And so still kind of acting like myself, but not myself. And so finally I made the decision in October that a little before October, and I told my husband, I want you to go with me to my next appointment because I think it's time. And really, he had been going with me to my appointments, and my therapist actually loved it. I said, I think it's time that I get back on my medicine because T's getting older, which is my youngest son, and I don't want him to feel like I hadn't been a mom to him, because truthfully, he didn't remember like anything. Even now, he doesn't remember the stuff like 8, 9, and 10, like us going to Disney World. And so that's kind of, concerning, because it's like, so all of that time he's kind of missing, and all of that has been replaced by everything that I do for Desi. And even right down to when I would buy toys for Desi, he was like, Mama, you always buy Desi toys, but you don't buy me toys. And it wasn't me buying Desi toys. It was things that the therapist would use at therapy for Desi, and I would buy it at home for home, so I could try to do those things to help Desi get along, come along faster. And so I told my husband, I was like, I'm not being the best mother to him. So I want to get back on the medicine because it did work. It did help. I said the only reason why I stopped was because I just didn't like the idea of it. I had been ingrained in me that we don't do this. We get past stuff, we pray about it. And I shared yesterday how I use the YouVersion Bible app. And y'all, I would do 7-day devotionals. I do 3-4 of them in one day, reading through them. When it comes to scriptures, I know both how to be abased and I know how to be abound. Everywhere in all things, I'm instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both to suffer need, both to be full and to suffer, be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. That's Philippians 4:12-13. Isaiah 26:3. God will keep me in perfect peace if my mind is stayed on him because I trust in him. Numbers 23:19. God is a man that he should not lie, neither the son of man that he should repent. If God said it, shall he not do it? If God spoke it, shall he not make it good? Romans 8:28. And we know all things work together for good to those who love God, for them who are called according to his purpose. Psalms 8:1. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, and they that dwell within. Isaiah 54:17. No weapon formed against me shall prosper, and every tongue that rise against me in judgment God shall condemn. For this is the heritage of the servants of the Lord. What is it? 1 Timothy 1:7. God has not given me the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of sound mind. James, oh my God, James is in James. I think it's 4:7-8. Don't want to steer you wrong, but it is in the book of James. Resist the devil and he will flee from you. Draw nigh to God and he will draw nigh to you. Wash your hands, ye sinners. Wash your hands, ye sinners. Clean your minds, ye double-minded. I know the word. I know the word. I am created in God's image. I know the word. I'm just just thinking of some more to just kind of throw out there, and I probably could, but I know the word. So where I'm going with this is telling me to pick up my Bible and read it and just pray about it didn't help me come out of that dark season. It didn't help me come out of that dark time. Though I have a spirit, a man that lives on the inside of me, because that's how God created me, because I made the choice to accept God, the triune God, God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Ghost. He left a comfort keeper, and there is a spirit man that dwells on the inside of me. But at the same time, the shell is physical. The chemicals that run through my vein, my brain is physical. The blood that runs through my veins is physical. Yes, God controls them. At the name of Jesus, every knee shall bow. I know this stuff, right? But I'm still a spiritual being having an earthly experience. So I did everything that the church would tell me to do. It didn't work. And for someone to tell me you need to pray a little harder, or you don't believe, or your faith isn't strong enough, well, that's a lie. Because the Bible tells me all I need is faith the size of a mustard seed. And I don't know if you've seen how small a mustard seed is, but like if I had it in my hand right now and I put it up to the camera and I could literally put it like this, you still probably wouldn't see it. That's just how small the faith of one mustard seed is. And then there was another one that I was about to say, the centurion, who went to Jesus and wanted to have, I believe it was his daughter or son here. I don't even remember, but Jesus said that she was healed and to go on to the house. And he was like, "Hey, wait a minute, you're not coming with me. You're not gonna go with me, to touch her, to make sure she's, healed or whatever." And he was like, "She's healed. Do you believe?" And the man replied to Jesus and said, "Lord, I believe. Help my unbelief." So that lets me know that we can believe and still have some doubt. And God's okay with that. Like, that's the beauty of God. I don't know how I got that deep into that thing, but trying to talk about Keish. So October, I made a decision. I was getting back on my medicine. Around this time, there was a beautiful little girl that ended up getting kidnapped in Alabama. Won't bring up her name. Um, and I got invested in that story. I got super invested in that story because she was just this beautiful little girl that rested on your heart. And I'm talking, I prayed for that baby. I prayed, even when they were saying that after so many days. So, no, I prayed. I was not going to stop praying until they said they found her. And when they found her, one of the channels that I would go to was Talking Loud with Keish. And she was doing a lot of different commentary at that time, but I just love the fact that she was so herself. Like, she didn't try to put up a set. She'll throw up a what you call it, a green screen every now and then. But she didn't try to throw on, the cutest set of clothes and come before you. She didn't try to be absolutely in order every time. You go in and she go, "What's going on, lady?" And I love her accent. "What's going on? What's going on, lady? What's up with you? Hey, lady, thank you for coming in." I mean, it was always genuine, always real. It was my getaway place. Like, I couldn't get away from the things around me, but I could go on her chat and I knew that I was going to laugh. I knew that I was going to feel welcome. I knew that there wasn't going to be any drama. Like, there's not drama in Keish chat except for on Blasting Off Wednesdays. But even then, it's not drama. It's Blast Off Wednesdays. So you know what you're coming into when you go in there. And if you just so happen to be the one to get blasted off, I mean, life happens because it's Blast Off Wednesdays. That's what she calls it. And so I enjoy it. I've been there since October, but it's been my place of escape. Like, I can't go on trips like we used to because of life, even with the pandemic now. So going into her chat room in my bedroom in the dark while I'm sorting through my own set of things, she doesn't know how much joy she brought me and how much laughter I was able to obtain. And so it was, I'll never forget, the day that I actually started back taking my medicine was October 21st. My son lost his friend October 20th. And I don't know if you've ever had a 16-year-old to lose somebody. And this is the same 16-year-old that was 14 when my mother passed away. And he prayed a prayer, because we pray every morning on the way to school. And he prayed a prayer that said, "Lord, help us not to see this." That's what it was. He said, "Lord, help us not to see this as a loss, but as a victory." That was my 14-year-old's prayer this morning. And he went to school the next day. My mom passed on a Sunday. I said, "You can stay home." He said, "No, ma'am, I want to go to school." Went to school. When I say he handled it like a man, I was just like blown away. But he knew that mama wouldn't want to be here suffering. He knew she was independent and he was okay. Also, he had the game to go to. But I just sitting here thinking about how God even put me in the mind to go back to get on medicine. That is so crazy. So the October 21st, I had my appointment. And he went to school that morning, talked to his counselor, told his counselor what was going on. And she was like, "I'll keep a lookout for him." I was in my counselor's office when the school called, and I just broke down and cried. They was like, "He needs to go home. He needs to process this. It hasn't been 24 hours. And he was saying, "I don't have time." And she was like, "He has time. We'll help him." And so he went home, and that was the day that I made the decision to start back taking medicine to help me to not be depressed. And it wasn't until I lost the medicine, and you know how we like to put stuff on God. "Oh, that must be God. I don't supposed to be on this medicine." And my husband was like, "No, that ain't God. We need to find it." And I was like, "What? What? Hold on, honey. You just playing, right?" No, that ain't God. So I looked, I couldn't find it. I promise you, I looked everywhere. And I keep my medicine in the same place, but I couldn't find it. But we also have, again, an 8-year-old autism that gets into everything. Everything. So he when I saw him like maybe 3 days later on his hands and knees on the floor looking under the bed, and I'm like, "What are you looking for?" And he was like, your medicine." I was like, "Are you serious? Like, I don't even feel a difference." He was like, "Baby, Yes, there's a difference. And that wasn't even a high dose. And so my brothers ate, same thing. And I asked him, I was like, so do you see a difference? So sometimes you have to step outside and ask people and be willing to take what they're saying. And he stutters. I shared this yesterday, but he was like, he does this when he's trying to get something. He's like, yes. And after that, yes, he said there was 2 weeks. I mean, it just flew. There were 2 weeks. I'll be here. I wouldn't see you. You'll be in the room, light off in the dark. He was like, yes, now you're out. You're talking with us. And I was like, dang, so I had to go to the kids. Do y'all see a difference? Yes, ma'am. In unison. So I was like, oh, okay. Maybe, I am a little depressed and I didn't really know it. And not to mention when I took the test for being depressed, the only thing that I wasn't experiencing was suicidal thoughts. And I guess because I love me and I love life, I also learned through that time that in order to live, you have to have will. Like love can't keep you here. But because I started thinking that way, that's also what led me to know I need to go ahead and try to get on this medicine. Love can't keep you here. Kimmy, thank you. Let me go ahead and let me blue because this is my Kimmy. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I do need to do that. Kimmy, give me 1 quick second. My Kimmy. Kimmy, welcome to the Mod Squad. Hold up. Did I do that right? I'll make sure I didn't. Yes. My Kimmy, welcome to the Mod Squad. So yeah, got back on the medicine, titrated me up, highest dose. Went through that, didn't like how I was feeling anymore. It's time to titrate down. Almost off of my medicine, but it was a period of time that I had to go through it. And in that time, I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about life. I talked about it yesterday. I talked about this Wednesday. I don't know why suicide has been, and I find it crazy that Tamar Braxton tried to take her life, or it's being said that she's tried to take her life. And Wednesday, my topic was not about suicide, and it went straight to suicide. Yesterday, I talked about suicide, and it wasn't going there. And here I am today talking about suicide. So I don't know, but what I do know is you cannot, hey, runaway RV nesters and anybody else that I missed that may have come in. Hey, Hartnack Farms, thank you all for coming in. Anybody that has possibly experienced suicide, it's first off, let's talk about the chemicals in our brain. Depression and those type of feelings are affected by the chemicals in our brain. That's one. And knowing that, you can't hold people accountable for what they're feeling, what they're dealing with, what they're experiencing. That's one. I even asked my therapist, I was like, so can they test like the chemicals in my brain to see which, is it neuron or whatever the fluids is, what might be low? And she was like, no. Absolutely not. She was like, I understand, but it's time. And because I've been with her since 2013, why would I not trust her now? Like she's gotten me through some of the worst times of my life. So why would I not trust her now? And so during that time, I told my husband, I said, love doesn't keep you here. Love doesn't prevent people from committing suicide. I said, if anything, it kind of pushes them because in their mind, they're thinking, I'm a burden. I don't want to be a burden. Or I can't get anything right. The world will be better without me. And so I used to say, and Derek said this too, I used to say, committing suicide is one of the most selfish things anyone can do. Well, I learned that your children don't keep you here. Your husband, your love for him doesn't keep you here. Your love for your family doesn't keep you here. You have to have a will to live, to stay. It doesn't have to be a big will, but there has to be a glimpse of will to live and understanding that this too shall pass. Understanding that, yes, it's bad. And it may even get worse. But you don't have to die. And I can't tell you where to muster that up from. I just know I had to have that will. And because I love life, I knew whatever I was going through in that moment wasn't bigger than whatever plan God has for my life. But the other piece that we have to realize, sometimes we always think about our family and those closest to us. But the other piece we have to realize is that all of us, each and every last one of us in this chat, is connected. Our purpose is connected to someone else's purpose that we may not even know. That God may allow us to just pass in the grocery store or on the street or via YouTube to send us to speak or say something that will get that person to the path to fulfilling their soul's purpose. Runaway RV Nester said, yes, Aisha, my only son took his life in Okinawa in 2017. He left 4 kids under 10. His oldest found him. He was taking Adderall. And so I take Adderall. I take Adderall because I have ADHD. I talked about this in my ADHD video. Adderall is a medication that has been used illegally. That's what I should say. And so it's definitely something that you have to blind guy. Amen. He said, love doesn't keep us here, but we can lean on love. Y'all gonna make me sing. The runaway RV Nesters, I apologize. I think Positive Mukbanger said it best. I'm sorry that happened. I can't even imagine how you feel. I just pray that you know that there's nothing that you could have done, that you could have said to prevent him from doing it if he didn't have the will. You said his problem also was with his wife that pushed him to the edge. I pray that this doesn't offend you. That decision is a decision that only we can make. The surroundings can be so horrible. The storm can be so heavy. But there's nothing that his wife could do to push him to actually do it. Because if the love that he had for his children wasn't enough to keep him here, his seed, then there's nothing left but will. And so his will, it had to be his will. And that's the piece that I want to bring awareness to when it comes to suicide. I am not a psychologist. I'm not a professional in that area. I'm just someone who's experienced it twice. One time, it was because of medication, and it was a side effect of the medication. The other time, I didn't think about doing it, but because it was a thought process that my family doesn't need me, they will be fine without me, I had to soul search and figure out what was going on. And the only reason why runaway RV Nesters, I want to make sure that I say that there's nothing his wife could do to push him is because I want to free you. I want you to be free. I don't want you to hold on to that thinking you took my son away. No, it was his decision and his decision alone. And it's okay to miss him. It's okay to grieve him. It's okay to be hurt by it. Don't let the thoughts or the bitterness that can come with the thought that she did this to him consume you. And it can consume you and you don't know it's consumed you. So I'm encouraging you today to just take a moment, say it out loud. My son made this decision on his own. He had free will and he used his will to leave here. And that's not me saying that suicide is okay. That's me really trying to push the awareness of we have will and we have to have will to stay. We have to have will to endure. And we also have to seek help. We have to. It's imperative. And not feel so taboo about it. There's not an amount of church. There's not enough Bible. There's not enough anything that anyone can do sometimes when those chemicals in the brain are unbalanced. I know this for a fact, not because I've gone to school for it, but because I've lived it. I believe he loved his children more than anything. And I also believe that he can love them so much that he feels like I'd be better for them dead than I am alive. And I know that sounds so backwards, but I'm just telling you, when you're in a dark place, the thoughts that can go through one's mind. And it could be, I may be better for them dead than I am alive. Because the other piece is, we all have some demons that we're fighting. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to put that on everybody. I have demons that I'm fighting. I believe most people have some demons that they're fighting. I have to fight every day words that were said to me as a child that were used to degrade me, that were used to belittle me, that were used to make sure that I grow up feeling like I was nothing and that I would never be nothing. And so those are demons. I have to counteract it every day and be okay with who I am. I have to counteract the idea of being apart. I grew up when I look back on my group of friends and when I look back on even where I am now, I've never cared about the popular crowd or being with the in crowd. I've always cared about making sure that no one else felt left out. And so in doing that, I've always been like a chameleon. And I wouldn't even say a chameleon because I've been myself. I made a decision to be who I am wherever I am. And that makes it a lot easier for you to be okay with you, one. But two, to give people the opportunity to accept you or not. And if they do, great. If they don't, great. It doesn't end your life. I want to go up just a little bit. I don't know how we got here. But I'm okay with it. I love what the Blind Guy Show says. Love doesn't keep us here, but we can lean on love. And it makes me think about the hymn, and y'all probably know. How did it go? Love lifted me, love lifted me when nothing else could help. Love lifted me, love lifted me, love lifted me when nothing else could help. Love lifted me, love lifted me, love lifted me when nothing else can help. Love lifted me, Love lifted me. Love lifted me when nothing else could help. Love lifted me. The blind guy show said it right. Love doesn't keep us here, but we can lean on it. It can lift us. So I'm not saying that love doesn't play a part. I'm just saying that the idea that we can love someone enough to keep them here, we have to. I want you to not hold on to that, because their will still has to be there. Um, Kimmy says we need to fight for our peace and remember that life can still get better. Don't lose your faith in life. Yes, absolutely. Um, Sorry, let me go up a little bit. Sanji, if you don't put the pronunciation of your name in some parentheses in here so I don't say the wrong thing. She says, yes, Aisha, you said it well. Sanji said, God allowed you to experience the attempt to help others. To God be the glory. And that's why I say that truly is my anthem. To God be the glory, because it's not me. Like Aisha couldn't have made it through everything that Aisha has gone through without God. And I hadn't always known God. Like I knew he existed, so I always tried him out, if that makes sense. But I saw something yesterday that says my grandmother prayers are still keeping me. My grandparents' prayers are still keeping me. I saw my granddaddy pray even when he couldn't bend to get on his knees anymore. He would lay prostrate across the bed praying. And I believe that. I believe that prayers are still what's keeping me. Sanjay said, Aisha, he will receive your encouragement a little later in a quiet whisper. I pray so. The Blind Guy Show. I know what it feels like to feel like a burden. I struggle with that every day, but I adapt and don't allow the dark to swallow me. And that's it, The Blind Guy Show. Because here's the thing, I hate labels. I mean, I don't know if I've shared that. I know I've shared it, but I don't know if you guys have heard me share it. I hate labels. Um, I don't think the Blind Guy show is any different than me. I have to wear glasses. Without my glasses, I cannot see at all. And because I've passed 40, I can't see without my glasses and I can't read with my glasses. It's just too much. Um, but what I've learned is we all can adapt to whatever environment that we're in. That's how great God has created us. Um, the Blind Guy, I don't know your family or your support system, but I can assure you that you're not a burden. I remember my mom saying that, and as much as I had the right, and I had right, we often talk about what we got the right to do. Oh, I was justified. I had right to not be there for her. I had right not to do anything for her. I even, according to the Bible, had clearance to just hands off. But that's not who I am. And I had to remind her, Mama, you're not a burden. You're my mother. You're who God gave me as a mother. So, as your child, I'm going to do the things that I have to do. I would get irritated when she said, I feel like I'm a burden. My mother-in-law, 91. I just don't want to burden you, Mama. You can't burden me. Do you not know every day I come in here, I'm blessed to literally live directly across the street from you. I get to come into your house every day and sit at your feet and get wisdom. That's not a burden. You're blessing me. Let me bless you. Um, and right now I speak that darkness will not swallow you. In Jesus' name. My Kimmy says, Aisha, healing is so important in life. I understand. Healing is very important. I'm sorry. Runaway RV Nestor said, I have 7 children and oh my God, and 18 grandchildren. That is a blessing. My oldest child has torn me down with anything I do. She also went against me dealing with my mom with dementia. So, love lifted me, love lifted me when nothing else could help. Love lifted me, love lifted me, love lifted me when nothing else could help. Love lifted me, love lifted me, love lifted me when nothing else could help. Love lifted me. Runaway Nestor. Let me tell you about me and my mom. Because we were born to win. Will you help me say it? Yeah. We were born to win. So my mother and I did not have the best relationship. I am the oldest of 4 children with her. I am the only girl. I was technically raised by my grandparents. I looked at my mom more like a big sister than I did a mother. We, for some reason, I won't say we, for some reason, and now I know some of the reasons. When I was younger, my mom and I just were not on the same page. Wasn't much that I did. It was just, I felt like she didn't like me. She just didn't like me. It wasn't until I got older and a little bit wiser that I realized that my mother loved me to the best of her ability. Now, mind you, my mother was 17 years old when she had me. I was 18 when I had my daughter. One of the things that I prayed for was that my daughter, and I prayed this for 18 years old, having a child out of wedlock. How bold was I to still go to God in prayer, right? We can still go to God in prayer. I said, God, please allow this to be a little girl so that my mother can have the opportunity to get it right, where she didn't get it right with me. And God honored it. I had a little girl. My mom was not the best mother to me. I'll never put it out there like she was. I'll always be truthful about our stories. In the end, we did get it right. I didn't get to hold my mother like I did with others as they transition from this life. She did give me her glasses, and for me, that meant so much because my mom never took her glasses off unless she had surgery. And the moment she came out, she would always say, "Where's my glasses?" My mother slept in her glasses. And so when my mother handed me her glasses, I knew that she was about to take her last breath. And I said, "Mama, just let me hold you. Just let me hold you." And she said, "No, I got it." Like, she was very honoring. "I can do this by myself. Just let me go." And so I had to stand there and watch my mama take her last breath while still encouraging her, saying, "Mom, you can do this." She calmed down. I said, "You can do this, Mama. Don't fight it. It's going to be all right. It's going to be okay." How did we get to this place, though? So my grandmother in 2014, when she passed away, I was able to hold her. The Friday before she passed away, she said, we were getting her cleaned up, and she said, "Isha, hold me. Isha, hold me." I said, "I got you, grandmama," because I was holding her at the top of her head. I said, "I got you. I got you." She said, "Don't let me go. Don't let me go." I said, "I'm not, grandma. I got you." She said, "Don't leave me." I said, "Grandmama, I'm not going anywhere. I'm right here with you." And I meant that. That weekend, I would literally leave at midnight, come home, sleep maybe an hour or two, get up before day, take a shower, right back at my grandma's house. On the day that she transitioned, I didn't even realize that it was about 3 or 4 hours that I was bent over holding my grandmother, just holding her. People came in to see her, talk to her. I would stand back, allow them to say whatever they needed to say in their ear, but I was right there. I wasn't leaving her because that's the promise that I had made. And I said before on another live that someone was talking, it was someone else's live, but there's nothing more beautiful than being in the room when God comes to claim one of his own. Nothing more beautiful. And so I was holding her. My mother came in being big sisterish. Could you move, please? Yes, her neck did all that. And I was like, Mama, I've been right here the whole time. I told grandmama I'm not leaving her. And I think some of the tension between my mother's relationship and I was the jealousy that she had because of the relationship with my grandmother and I. But she didn't even realize the prayer that I had prayed for my daughter and her. And my daughter and her had the most amazing relationship. Like, I can talk about the things that she did as a mother, but as a grandmother, honey, I think my kids would turn on me if I said my mama was not a good. She was an amazing grandmother to them. Amazing. Now, she didn't babysit. She made that clear. But she was an amazing grandmother to them. And I'll never take that from her. So she was like, no, just forget it. I'll leave. And I talked about how sometimes as parents, the roles have to reverse. And the children sometimes have to be more mature than the parents. I said, Mama, come back, please. Because just a couple of days before that, I heard grandmama tell mama, my mama took me from my grandma's house when I was about 13, that you took Isha from me. And she said, Madia, I didn't, because they called her Madia. She said, Madia, I didn't. She said, it was just my time to step up and take responsibility. And it was good for me to hear that because I had a little stink attitude about it too, because I felt that she took me away from grandmama because she knew that's where I felt safe and that's where I wanted to be. So that was good for me to hear it. And it was crazy that I walked in right on that conversation. And I said, Grandmama, mama didn't take me from you. I said, what she truly did was the best thing she could have ever done for me because this was my safe place. I would have never left here. I would have never experienced anything else in this world because I was a skittish little girl. I was a skittish baby. I don't know what happened while I was in the womb, but even as at 6 weeks, they said all I did was shake, so much so that my nickname was Shaky because I shook a lot. And then it became Pickle. I don't know where Pickle came from, but Shaky. And to this day, some of my aunt's friends still say, hey, Shaky, because I just was always so nervous. And I told my grandmother I would have never left here. And so that was a couple of days before that. So I said, Mama, come back. It would do grandmama good to see us in the room together because I saw my grandmother's heartbeat just going up, going up. And so my mother came back. I said, Mama, I can stand back like I've done with everybody else. They've said what they had to say, and I'm not in the way. And so I stood back, and my mother whispered what she had to say into my grandmama's ear. And then my grandmother, mind you, her head is straight forward. So she did her eyes like this. And I saw her. So I came to the side a little bit and she did them like this, getting me. And I came in front of her. And then she looked at both of us. And my mama said, Madia, I ain't gonna kill her. So she said, which is just hilarious because she probably was thinking that grandma was like, don't bother her, you know. And the same thing is funny because there was another cousin that my grandmama absolutely loved. And his mama said, I'm going to pick him up. And she said, what you going to do to him? Like he couldn't get in trouble. He couldn't do no wrong. And grandmama's eyes, she loved him. And he loved her. And so I got in front of grandmama. And when mama said, Madia, I'm not going to kill her, I could see grandma turned her eyes as if she looked at something, and she looked back us, and I knew she needed something more. And I looked at grandma and I had tears in my eyes. And I said, Grandmama, I promise you, as long as I have breath in my body, I am going to honor my mother as my mother. And my grandmother took her last breath. I turned around, I lifted my hands, and I started blessing God because she didn't suffer. She stayed in her right mind. My grandmother was 94 years old. Even when we told her that she had 3 to 6 months to live and what was going on, she cried a bit, but not much. She said, I thank y'all because y'all been good to me. She said, I just don't want to suffer. And I remember the first thing I said was, Grandmama, you're not going to suffer. I'll make sure that. And I did. I did to the best of my ability. And I turned around and I blessed God that she took her last breath. And there was some crying and some screaming and some wailing. But for me, God had answered my prayer. She didn't suffer. And then I grabbed my Bible because I kept my Bible. And during that 7 days of me just being with her and having that time with her, I read Nehemiah. And I was stuck on Nehemiah and him working on the wall and him hearing the Lord tell him that he was doing a great work. Well, basically, he knew he was doing what God wanted him to do. And there was another king trying to get him to come down because they wanted to try to hurt him. And he said, I can't. I'm on the wall and I'm doing a great work. And so I kept reading that because, sometimes there's tension during the time of transition. And all I knew was my assignment was to sit right there with Grandmama. So I was on the wall and I was doing a great work. And so I grabbed my Bible and I walked out and I said, Lord, you're going to have to teach me how to love someone that I don't feel loved me. And I was talking about my mom at that time. And this was just 2014. It was then that I realized my mother loved me. She just loved me the best way she knew how to love me. So in that last year of life, we got to talk about a lot of things, even though she was still mean, actually gotten a little meaner. And I was the punching bag, but it was okay. I signed up for it. Or even days my husband was like, I can't take this. I'm leaving because she treats everybody else great. And then she treats you like crap and you're the one with it. I was like, it's okay. It's okay. I don't want her to leave here and not feel like she's loved. And so when I made that statement to my grandmother, I felt like the roles and the cycle of life had been reversed. And so no longer could I look at my mom like a big sister. I had to look at her, love her, and honor her like my mother. As children, and this is just me sharing this part with you, runaway RV nesters. As children, all we have is what's been given to us. And so this isn't me putting any fault, blame on you. This is me just saying that all we have is what's been given to us. And sometimes we pick up things that we don't even get from home. We get from others, if that makes sense. My first 2 children are by my first husband. And they did everything in their power to not like my second husband. I don't even know to this day why that man married me, because my kids did enough to make that man be like, I'll holler. But he didn't. And they daddy did enough to make him also be like, I'll holler. But he didn't. So that had to be a God thing. But I made it my business to never talk about their father in a negative light. That they will make their own decision about their dad when they got grown. I protected their father in many ways that I didn't have to, but I was doing it for the benefit of my children, not him. My children got older. My children started seeing some things for themselves. And guess what I later found out? Just not even a year ago. Maybe right at a year ago. Every time that my children weren't in my presence, their mother was being dogged. She was being talked about. Their mother's husband was being talked about. They were told that he was a woman beater when he doesn't. He hadn't never laid hands on me, didn't beat his first wife, just lies told. So many lies told that my kids had to come back and they apologized. And I said, you don't owe me or him an apology. We knew what was going on. God prepared us. We prayed when he was there. We prayed when you returned. We didn't have, if you notice, we didn't have attitudes. We knew what they were going to come back home like. So it was okay. And so what I mean by that is sometimes we have to be aware of what's going on. And when you say she also went against me dealing with my mom with dementia, sometimes we don't see eye to eye. I can tell you that because we're dealing with that right now as a family. But it doesn't mean we don't love each other. We love each other. It's just sometimes we don't see eye to eye. And in that, emotions can get in the way. And we don't make the best decisions for our loved ones because we're acting off emotions instead of what's best for them. If it had not been for my daughter and me having to take classes, not having to, let me correct it, me choosing to take classes to learn how to be in the world of people with different abilities, then I wouldn't know how to put someone else's quality of life before me. And when you're dealing with someone that can't fully do for themselves, you have to put their quality of life before yours if you're going to say, I'm going to take care of them. The thing is, quality of life doesn't look the same to everybody. Quality of life for me is for my elders when they get old to be able to stay in the comfort of their own home. And we as a family, a village, rally around them and give them everything that they need. But guess what? That may not be quality of life for someone else. So if that person is at a place when they can say what they want, then it's best to follow their wishes. My mother was at a place where she could tell me what she wanted. My mother planned her own funeral. My mother divvied out her own things. My mother, right down to her money, told us what to do with it. And guess what? We respected her wishes because that's what she wanted us to do. So sometimes it's not an I hate you move or I have more power than you move. Sometimes it's just somebody has had a conversation with somebody that hadn't been exposed to everybody, meaning your mom may have said something to her that she didn't say to you, or vice versa. Your mom may have said something to you that she didn't say to her. And so don't think of it as she went against me with dealing with my mom. Think of it as we just didn't agree. Not going against you, but we just didn't agree. The positive mukbanger said, love lifted me when nothing else could help. Man, when nothing else could. Oh, thank you, Runaway RV Nesters. And I pray that my words are coming out gentle. I pray that they aren't sharp. I pray, like, even before I came on this live, and that like was also part of the, I prayed this morning because I really felt like it's the positive mukbanger knows. I prayed this morning because I really felt like that this topic, God was going to do his own thing. But in God doing his own thing, I wanted to make sure, one, that everybody felt welcome, but two, that I didn't say anything that would offend anyone. And even if it did offend, that it was God's words and not mine. And I'm not talking about the Bible. I'm just talking about a real conversation. Yes, Angela M. When nothing else could help, love lifted me. 6 girls, I did speak. You have a wonderful day as well. Sanjay said, I love your voice and I love you. However you say my name, I'm satisfied. So glad I'm here with you all. God knows. Well, thank you, Sanjay. You too, 6 girl. Thank you for joining us today. Yes, yes. I am content. Hey, how are you? Hold on, I gotta go up. I missed it. Hey. She said, where was the smoke signal? I don't think there was a smoke signal. I was just saying, let her know that I got this good rap on today. I had to let Grace rest. I gave her a little grace. Wait till you hit 60. It gets even better. Tell me about it, Runaway RV Nester. Tell me now. Tell me now. The positive mukbanger says, I feel you. I can't see either. And I have to have progressives to read. And I know that's where I'm headed. Oh, I know that's where I'm headed. I am content. You are not late, honey. Whenever anybody comes in, you're on time. My Kimmy, you make me smile. Thank you. Steve's girl said, I'm sorry, I am content. See, this is why I can't get my review done. Too many great lives. Hold on one second, y'all. I promise y'all that's not Rona. No Rona, just pollen. Steve's girl, I have to go for real, y'all. Have a great day. Have a great day, Steve's girl. Runaway RV Nesters. I am adopted and I am an only child. Okay. So if you're still here, and if I could give you just a little piece of advice. I shared yesterday, I think it was yesterday, how when I was younger, and I don't know if you ever saw this movie, that there were family members that would call me Rosemary's Baby. And Rosemary's Baby was evil. And so I have to talk, and I did get into a lot of stuff. Y'all, I had ADHD. I didn't know I had ADHD. They didn't either, so I don't fault them for it because it wasn't something that we talked about in the Black community. We were honestly raised that was a white man's thing, not a Black man's thing. And that's me being totally transparent, not being racist, that's me. If anything, if you're white and you're in the chat, take it as me letting you in on a secret. We weren't raised to believe in that. I got beatings, and I'm here to tell you because I've seen the memes on Facebook saying what we used to use for ADHD, and it's a switch, a belt extension cord. Yeah, no, it doesn't work. You can't beat it off of a child. I'm telling you what I know from experience as an adult, even as a child that got many beatings, that got beat so much that she didn't feel loved by her own mother. You can't beat it off. But they call me Rosemary's Baby. So I often felt like the black sheep of the family. Truth be told, even until probably recently, I felt like the black sheep of the family. It wasn't until I got to a place where I didn't care what anybody thought about me anymore, that it didn't bother me. Of course, nobody says it to me now. But as a child, and especially as a child who was terrified of scary movies, who was terrified of those type of things, those were harsh words to say. I wasn't an only child because I have siblings, but I was only child till I was about 12 years old. At 14, I found out the man that had been raising me was not my father. And he cut me off for 2 years of my life, from like 14 to 16. So again, I know what it feels like to not feel like you belong. I know what it feels like to look at pictures of people in your family and not see yourself. I know what it feels like to just want to enter a room and feel comfortable and feel like people are happy that you're there, and you want it from particular people. You want it from your family. You want it from your mom. You want it from your dad. You want it from your children. And so sometimes that doesn't happen. Also, sometimes we can be so forward because that's what we want to happen, that we can push them away. So a lesson that I learned along the way with me and my mom that I'll share with you, that I did with my child, and it has worked. So I'm not telling y'all this is foolproof, okay? Well, I'm telling you that it did work with the girl. I don't know that boy is complex. I'm working though. I'm working. I'm like, now the oldest boy, my bonus son, he's a little different, but I've even figured him out. But that he's like he does have the middle. I think I'm gonna read the book on the middle child syndrome and see am I doing some stuff right? Because I promise you, I hadn't broke his code yet. I'm trying. I'm like, what do you need from me, son? What do you want from me, son? I love you, son. Son. And what you doing, son? Want me to play the game with you, son? Son, I'll play the game with you, son. I'm even friends with gamers on YouTube, so I can see the different games. Like, hey, son, I learned about da da da. Yeah. Sometimes because we long for something, we want it with them, we can push them away. Example I'm going to give you now is, so one, you sharing that with me also gives me a different piece of insight that I wouldn't share on here. And again, I'm not a professional, but I'll make sure that I put the number back up, and you can call me. You can also email me at Iseashia@gmail.com, and you can also text the number up here. So we don't have to text, but if there's a way that I can help you kind of see it differently or from a different perspective, because sometimes that's all it takes is us to just see it from a different perspective. We can, you can, how can I say it? Move forward from there. So right now, my daughter, thankfully, God has blessed me with a daughter, and we have a pretty decent relationship. It's nothing like what my mother and I had. I love her. I tell her I love her. Now, we're still working on the hugging thing, though. I like to hug a little bit, but I had to work through that because initially I always hugged my children and told them I love them because no one really did it to me as a child. Actually, I was the first one to tell my parents that I love them. And so, but as they got older, it like would make something on the inside of my skin crawl, but I'd do it anyway. And so that wasn't their issue. That was my issue. That was something I had to deal with. So they never knew that that was going on, but I'd love on them anyway. And she's getting married. And guess when her wedding day is? It is 10/10/2020. Isn't that a beautiful day? Well, I've been trying to encourage my daughter to postpone her wedding, not actually getting married, but just postponing the wedding because C19 is here and we just don't know what 10/10/2020 is going to look like. And that's not only C19, but it's flu season. And all I have is my aunts. And I can't invite my mother-in-law that's 91. And I'm not going to ask my aunts to come out. And those are my elders. So I want you to really be happy. And I feel like because of C19, you're not going to be as happy. I feel like I've hit a brick wall. And so what I decided yesterday on Freedom Friday is I'm letting it go. I shall not repeat that again. I've been with her along this way in this journey. If she still have it that day, guess who will be there? Her mother. Yes, she will. Guess who won't be there? My brother, because he can't be around that many people. My mother-in-law won't be there. And I'm not going to ask my aunts to sacrifice themselves to come out. No. So I've said my piece. Now she has to make the decision. I pray she makes the right one. But if she doesn't, I'm going to still be there. I'm still going to love and support her. But I'm not going to beat her down about it. And so sometimes we have to learn to do that. Boyfriends, girlfriends, let's talk about them. To this day, my daughter's fiance thinks I don't like him. I don't know why. I let you come to my home. I feed you. I pray for you. I speak to you. Is that not a sign of I like you? No, I'm not finna just be, oh, I love you, love you, love you. Why? Because for some reason, our children has, because I know I had it when I was their age, there's a mechanism in our brain that says if our parents like it, we don't. And so as parents, we have to learn that that mechanism is there. Now, that's not for every child, but if I were to do a research study, I think it's probably for more than 50%. If we like it, they don't like it. That's a secret. So sometimes we just kind of have to hands off, love them from a distance, and be like, I think that if that's what you want to do. And then she'd be like, no, Mom, but what do you think? Honey, I've already shared with you what I think. But what if da 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 da? Well, if another venue, not the one that you originally wanted, not the one that you dreamed of, is telling you that they can accommodate 150 people, though the one that you dreamed of is very reputable, and they're telling you that the state is only allowing them to do 50, and you wish to take your money away and go somewhere else, then okay. But I can't let you know. That's it. Like, I'm not gonna. So my son, the middle child, he got a girlfriend. Let me move this so we can talk about the girlfriend. He got a girlfriend. My heart wasn't ready for either of them to have girlfriends, but he got a girlfriend. Girlfriend would come over. I'm sorry, they would talk on the phone. He's in band. She was a flag girl. That's not what I wanted to put up either. Let me remove that. He's in band. She's a flag girl. And they're in a relationship. Mama, this is so-and-so and so-and-so. Hey, sweetheart, nice to meet you. Mama, that's all you got? You're not gonna say nothing else? Yeah, nice to meet you. Mama, what you think of her? Son, if you like it, I love it. Okay, so Mama actually starts loving this girl. Like, real deal. I mean, I know they're young, but could see them going off to college, getting married, having me some grandchildren. Just, oh, I can see it. Guess what? They break up. Now, this is after I bought Christmas gifts. I'm talking Coach stuff. Christmas gift. I really like her. I'm just like, love having her around. I've gained another daughter. And she's gone. Because Mama like her. So now, if he tries to introduce me to somebody else, I'm like, nope, I don't, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. But Mama, no. If you like it, son, I love it. Because there's a mechanism that they have that's like, if my parents like it, I don't like it. If they say, because they old, they real old, they don't know. And I'm not that old. Let me check this chat again. So I kind of shared all that with you, runaway RV nesters, just in the hope that we can go back to kids. And I don't remember who said this yesterday. I think it was Amy Carnival on Black Lights Record Live. Yes, having kids did not come with a manual. There's not enough schooling, online classes, textbook, life experience, babysitting, nieces, nephews, cousins, anything that can prepare us for our own children. None. It took me years to learn. I used to buy my kids the same stuff. I just felt like if I bought one for one, I got to buy one from other, because I grew up in a house where there were 4 different children, but being kind of raised by 4 different people. And so we got 4 different things. And I didn't think that was fair. I felt like we should all get the same stuff. Well, that's what I try to do with my kids, because I don't want them to think that one is better than the other. I love them all differently, but I love them all. And the differently is because they're different. But guess what? They don't need the same type of love from us. Each one of them needs something different from us. Some of them need us to be a little bit stern. Some of us need us to be a little bit softer and understanding. Then I have this, like my oldest son, you can do a lot of things, but don't yell at him. When you yell at him, anything you're saying, he don't hear it, because his brain is programmed to turn off yelling. Who programmed it? I don't know. But you can't yell at him. You have to talk to him. You have to let him say what he want to say. You got to have some dialogue. That's just the way it is. But then that little girl that I had, the 8-year-old, the love of my life, the love child between my husband and I, has taught me so much. In most of child rearing goes against everything that I was told, because I was told that as a parent, your children do what you say and not as you do. A lie. Children do as you do. They watch you. But not only that, the instruction manual is the child. The child will lead you. Our job is to make sure they are guided and protected, but they will lead you to what their path is if you just allow them to and give them time to. Thank you, Kimmy. Okay, let me make sure I got. Thank you for everyone that's joining us. Not ready for the progressive lenses. I'm not. Okay. See how many times did Stig's girl say she had to go? My Wi-Fi went down, Aisha. I'm sorry, Blacklight Records, but I do thank you for even coming in. Yes, much blessings to you. The Mugmaker says Jesus, but I don't know what she said Jesus about. Kimmy says, I'm a big fan of you, Peter Lloyd. I'm a big fan of him too. Oh, wow. Runaway RV Nestor said, my mom died a month before my son the same year. Wow. Hardneck Farms, I have to go. Husband wants to run to town. Have a blessed day, Wendy. You too, Wendy. Thank you so much for coming in. Making sure that hold on. I just feel like I missed something. Like Hezekiah turned to the wall. Yeah. Aisha, because it makes them think a side of them is not good enough. Hey, it affects the child. Yes. And that's why I make it my business. I didn't talk bad about their dad. Nope. And there was a time, my daughter can even tell you, when she got older, that he didn't come through for her. And he told my son he was going to do something. She was like, Daddy ain't going to do that. Da, da, da. I said, wait a minute. I said, did I ever tell you your daddy wasn't going to do something for you? No, ma'am. I said, did I ever talk bad about your daddy to you? She said, no, ma'am. I said, then you don't do that to him. I said, if he think his daddy can hang the sun, moon, stars in the sky, you going to let him believe that until he find out different for himself. Do you understand? Yes, ma'am. You're not going to take that from him. Not going to do it. And I'm not going to do it either. Kimmy says, it's hard to see your loved ones die. We just need our friends and family support all around us to help us with the grieving process. And Kimmy, I think it applies to your level of understanding with death. For me, death is not final. This is just a shell. Our spirit lives on. That's what I believe. I can't take you to a scripture that says it. I just know that's what I believe, that this life is temporary, but there is a life that is eternal. Thank you, Harnack. Have a great evening. Aisha, appreciate you. I do. Okay. I am content. That's an amazing testimony, because caring for someone that's sick or passing away is challenging enough. Add to them not being someone you get along with normally is so hard. Yeah, but I can tell you now, I can pass the West Clinic and my heart is happy, because that's where we had some of our biggest, greatest conversations, where she just, and I asked her one day, I said, Mom, if there was anything, because I called her Mom. I never said Mom, Mother, or it was like Ma. Mama, if there's anything different that you could do about parenting, what would it be? And she said, I will communicate with you guys differently. She said, I just didn't know. I just did to y'all what was done to me. And here's how I could extend grace and believe her. Because the stories they tell me about my grandparents as parents, I don't believe that, because that's not the grandparents that I had. And most often, what I'm starting to see is parents are not the same grandparents. There are some things that my daughter could get away with, just a little tad bit smart mouthing. And mama would go back in a conversation with her. And I was like, Mom, so So you just gonna let her say that? Like nothing? No. She was like, what? She just said, lady, had to been me. My lips have been on the floor, my nose on the wall, and I'd be walking around limping. But I don't know. The parents that we have are not the same grandparents. I'm gonna go ahead and put that out there now, so y'all don't get jealous of the relationship that your parents have with your grandkids. Yes, your gifts are gonna stop. They ain't gonna call to check on you. They gonna call to say what my grandbaby doing, what my so and so doing. You don't matter no more when you have kids. It's okay. Just know that the kids matter. Oh, thank you, Kimmy. Thank you, Sanji. Hi, 22 Machiavelli, the Dun Outlaws. I hope I said that right. Enjoy your show, Queen. Thank you, King. Talking out loud, Keish, girl. Thank you. I hope you get the testimony about you and how you just really helped me in one of my darkest times. A blessing to know you. It's a blessing to know you. I thank God for you. My nickname from one of my cousins was Black Joe. I'm the darkest of everyone. Wow, wow, wow. Holy Spit Firefall, showing my love and happy to see you all. Thank you for coming in. Thank you. Welcome. Hey, Leon, Stoppable Gaming. Blessings, blessings. Welcome, Donald's Tech. Let's see. Sanjay dropped me I don't know what. Oh, I come in there. Okay. Host, grab me, dear. Most definitely. Angela M. Yes, I had the same experience with my daughter. I like her boyfriend. Then they were right. And so, so the other day, she comes over to twist my son's hair, but they're just friends. And I'm just sitting there looking like, but I like her. So I'm just gonna pray about it because I like her. And he gets attitude. Why can't we just be friends? Why can't we just be still friends and cool with each other? Why we get to be in a relationship? I was like, you don't, but you don't have to talk to these other girls either. Like, just don't talk to nobody. Talk to me. And then my husband said I was just really going too far. Donald's Tech. You have to do it and experience it yourself. Runaway. But which part? Runaway RV Nesters. Yes, Angela, that's how we do it. Hey, SF Rose, thank you for coming in. Thank you. Yes, this isn't a growth stream. I don't mind you guys connecting, but it's definitely not a growth stream. SF Rose, hi. Donald Tech, this is more of a motivation chat, not really a growth stream. Angela M is not a content creator. Thank you so much, SF Rose. Thank you for coming in. Hold on one second. Amen. Everyone's definitely on YouTube for different reason. Thanks to SF Rose, that's why you guys get to see and hear me, because she teetered me on across the edge. Thank you for coming in, Donald's Tech. Please come back. She said, it's true, me too. Kimmy says, yes, Aisha, I know death is not final. That is right. Hi, Amy McFarland, off the grid imp. How are you? Rose, it's like you mute positive texts from me. I don't know. Yes, SF Rose, I was dealing with my blood pressure. Girl, 200/95 after I left the show the other night. I'm better. Good seeing you. Sanji Watts. Honey, 200/95. Oh, being a grandparent is different. I believe it. The only thing that I ask my children, because keep in mind my kids are so far apart. Let me make sure I spoke to everybody first, because I want to say something about that. And then we're going to address Sanji and this 200/95, because that 200 means something was situational. Amen. Okay, so I did speak to everybody. So the grandparent, there was a friend of my mom's, and I noticed her with her grandkids too. And I was like, so just tell me, what is it about grandkids? Because they seem to get away. She said, honey, I can't tell you. She said, it's just something different. I don't know what it is, but it is something different. And you just love them and you want to give them everything. And I don't know what it is. She was like, but you'll see it. You just wait when you get your own. And so the only thing I asked my daughter, especially with them getting married, I was like, could y'all just stay married for about 2 years before you actually have children, just so y'all can get to know each other and enjoy each other, and then have some grandbabies? But whenever they do, I can't wait. I want to be a good grandmama. I want to be, I aspire to be the grandmother that my grandmother was. Her kids may make me cook because right now I don't cook. I've subscribed to a lot of cooking channels to learn how to cook, but I don't do a lot of cooking. Sanjay, let's get back to you in this 200 over 95. Ma'am, that 200 means it was something situational going on, amen. Okay, then thank you. Okay, that makes sense. And let me tell you, you were born to win. Don't consume yourself trying to fit in. Okay, we can't be there for everybody, and I get it. I get it. I try. Even on YouTube, like, think about it. You're subscribed to. I mean, I can't say, but like I think it's like 1,150 people that are subscribed to me. I want to show everybody support. I promise you I do. It's hard. Like, I'm truly thinking about dedicating a day that I do nothing but go to everybody that subscribes to me and listen to something of theirs. But I want to be in some of the lives. I like communicating on lives. I like talking on lives. I'm gonna see if SF Rose will come give us a YouTube etiquette. Because SF Rose, I asked earlier and you weren't even in here. I said, is it good YouTube etiquette for me to share my own live? Because I shared my own live out and was like, y'all come on over, come visit me. And somebody said, yeah, it's good etiquette, it's fine. But I just really didn't know if it was or not. That was like my second time doing it. She said, I got it, Aisha. I love you. That is high. And it's okay to be missing sometimes. And it's okay to say no. Sometimes saying no is what saves you. Yeah. And so it's okay. No is okay. No is good for you. It's a healthy boundary. And it's okay to have one. I'm going to put the link in the chat. I feel like I've said a lot, but I want to put the link in the chat. For anybody that would like to come up, say something. Sheldon Unstoppable Royal, thank you for coming. Thank you, TR. Thank you. She's like, it's totally okay to share out your own live. Why not tell people where you are? I'm totally for that. Yeah, I thought about it. I thought, because, on Facebook, it's not okay to like your own status. So, so it's kind of different on each platform. Iseashia, yes, Aisha, I love y'all. You all. I was trying to catch them all, plus my own family. I love hard. And I know what that's like. I say no a lot. My last one just left. I know. And y'all are like, I'm not even mad. Like, I am going to live vicariously through you guys as you travel to different places. And yes, I'm looking forward to it. Sheldon Unstoppable, thank you so much for coming in. Thank you, TR, for sharing me and inviting people over. I appreciate you. Thank you, SF Rose. It seems so, but I do not making it. Hold on, SF Rose. It seems so, but I do not make it bother me either. I must have missed it. It was something I was about to say though about saying no and it being a healthy boundary. Because if you don't, what are they going to do when you're gone? And I'm not talking about gone as in on a vacation. I'm talking about gone as in dead. When I had my hi Ultimate Gaming channel, thank you for coming in. When I had my brain surgery, my kids' life did not stop. None of them. Everybody kept doing everything. My friend's life didn't stop. The world kept going. And I was like, so if I die, these folk gonna be all right. You know, like they're gonna be fine. And so that's when I realized, whoa, I gotta figure out how to create healthy boundaries. I can't be at all IEP meetings for everybody. I can't, I can give the knowledge, and I'll always be an advocate for children, especially in the school system, you know, just in general. But I can't be everywhere and all things to everybody. I can't. Oh, TR, thank you. I've been typing since yesterday. What have you been typing since yesterday? I've been typing since yesterday. Hold on. TR, thank you so much for coming in. I feel so special. Y'all have truly made my day. I feel super special. I don't see my TR exactly. Thank you for coming, Ultimate Gaming channel. I've been typing. What have you been typing since yesterday? Greetings, Lions, at the TR show. Yeah. She said IEPs. Ugh. Yeah. And so, and I'm an advocate that literally volunteers. I do it on a volunteer basis just because we have. She said, "Oh my God, what happened? You said brain surgery." That was in 2016. I actually did a live on it. I have a condition called Arnold-Chiari malformation, which means basically my brain is too big for my head. Got you there, TR. Sonia said, Aisha, you're so special. Your testimony makes you free. And I pray that it makes others free. TR can't type fast like me either. Oh, don't feel bad. I can't type fast either. Don't beat yourself up about that one. And loving hard sometimes gets us in the mix. Like, we don't try to be in the mix. Thank you so much, Ultimate Gaming Channel. And you and I are connected. I intentionally connect with gaming channels because I was talking about trying to be hip with my middle child and trying to break whatever code it is to get into his world. So I look at different games and be like, so what you playing? What you playing? Trying to find out to see how I can play. I have to tell you, I just learned that games don't pause anymore. When did that stop? So like now I understand why he's frustrated when I'm like, no, come wash my dishes. Wash my dishes right now. And it's like, but I just started a game. I don't care. Pause it. And this my husband was like, they can't pause games. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, Isha, they don't pause games anymore. I was like, what you mean they don't? Like, do they choose not to? He's like, no, games don't pause anymore. If you stop it, then you've just lost and you might not be able to get back in. And I was like, what in the world? Ain't nobody told me nothing. Not a soul. Thank you so much, Motivate One. I have to drop off. Great chat. You have a great day as well. I'm about to get off as well because I put the link in the chat and nobody wanted to come up. Nobody wanted to visit. I'll put it in one more time. And then if not, I will sing us on off of here. I love the insight on family. We often think our family issues are unique, but your sharing tells us we are all connected. Absolutely. Like, yes. Who was I talking to? Rose Sadu. And we were just talking about mental health and how taboo it is even in her community. And it was like, whoa, really? So y'all like, and I think it goes back to what you said, Peter Lloyd, yesterday about just one human race. And yeah, Motivate One, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you. Do I play games? No, my son does, and I just try to learn and look so I can see. But his name is, I can put it in the chat. Well, matter of fact, let me put his link up. He plays games. Now, if he plays them on YouTube, I don't know, but he does play them. Oh, can't find him. I can't find the link. But that's his name on YouTube. But I can't. Oh, yeah, but I can't find the link. And he's not in the chat because he's on the game. Yes. I'm connected with you on Instagram too. Cool beans. Cool beans. I'll make sure I connect back. I'm bigger on Facebook than Instagram, but I'm trying to get my Instagram and Twitter to grow because that's where I often share that I'm live and others are live. But Black Light Records, that's why I also love listening to other people's lives and their stories. I don't remember what day it was, but I wish when I shared about how when I get out the shower, I thank God for water because I have a friend that's from the West Indies, and he told us about how hard it was for water when he was growing up. And so I always thank God when I get the shower. Hi, Amy, off the grid.
How are ya?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm really tired, but nobody wanted to come up. I'm like, you know what? I'll come up. I'll just go do my hair, kinda, and come say hi.
You're fine. Thank you for coming up. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's a warm one.
It looks beautiful behind you. Like it's a beautiful day.
Yeah. I am sitting on 40 acres of land.
Ooh, that's a blessing.
It is. It
is a blessing.
I don't know. Maybe I can turn this around.
My pleasure, Runaway RV Nesters. Thank you. And I pray that I said something that really blessed you. And if I said anything to offend you, please, you can always email me at it's Iseashia@gmail.com, or you can call me on the number. But my goal is to always just be honest, authentic, with the prayer that we can all walk away free. So I pray I said something to help today. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry, Amy. Oh, is that a
You're fine, hon. Yes, ma'am.
I love it.
Let me go sideways. There we go.
I love it.
I'm on a different phone than I'm normally on, so I'm not real happy with it, but it's a cheap phone. I'm uploading a video on my other phone.
I love it.
Multitasking.
There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
So you were talking about different, saying no and stuff, and there's personal boundaries that we have to make for ourselves, and really stick to it, because it's no longer with our kids. It's no longer about them. No, wait a minute. Yeah, as they get older and get grown and move on, it's now about you as an adult and moving forward, and in a new aspect of your life. It's hard to change from one to the other, but I've had to create boundaries. I've had to say, you're not going to cross those anymore, because you're an adult. Move on. I love my one son. I love him dearly. Don't get me wrong. But, if I allowed him to, he would be totally dependent on me. And I can't do that, But
absolutely.
I think it's just, it's hard. Yeah. It's hard to say no to your kids.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's true, and especially when they're good kids. But
Yeah,
my
oh yeah.
our job is to guide them and then let them go.
Let
Um,
them go. Yep.
I was looking at some birds that we had that built a nest, and the mom did everything right. I mean, the way she built the nest is so intricate that I would have thought it would have fallen because like she created this safe space for for her birds, and then she laid her eggs. But
Hmm.
as they got bigger, she started going away from the nest more. Um,
Oh,
and
that's
my
weird.
thought was eventually they would get the opportunity too. And I'm gonna just leave that story right there because I like to stay positive. But just let me tell you, a hawk got involved, so they got chump and plump, chunky and all plump and about ready to take off. And oh, mean hawk. My husband said it's the circle of life, and I'm just like I'm mad at the hawk. I really am. But
Well, how else will the hawk eat?
yeah, yeah,
Then the hawk dies if the hawk doesn't eat what he needs to eat.
yeah.
Um, I mean, I'm watching a robin right now. This is the third nest she's done,
Mm-hmm.
third batch of babies. So, she's like getting them out there. So,
Make it happen. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, no allows us to have great, healthy boundaries. And it's to
yeah,
protect us truly. Because truthfully, when we're dead and gone, who are they gonna go to? They're gonna be
and that's what right, and that's what I'm thinking. I did my job. I mean, sometimes when I don't say it quite so. I don't deliver it well. You
mm-hmm,
know, but I did my job.
mm-hmm,
You know, I'm so proud of him. Right?
mm-hmm,
I'm so proud of what. But he has to like detach the purse string
mm-hmm,
because I have,
mm-hmm,
and I feel bad sometimes because it's a hard lesson. But the man's in his 30s,
mm-hmm.
so it's definitely it's hard.
And guess
But
what? Allison's like, even
go.
if you didn't do your job, and this is me being totally honest, even if you didn't do your job, what do I look like at 42 blaming my mother for why
For
I
some,
am or am not where I want to be? I started telling my
absolutely.
children at 12 years old, and they can tell you they were 12 years old. The decisions that you make now can affect you for the rest of your life. We live in a state where I've seen 12-year-olds get life in prison.
Oh
I've seen
yeah.
12-year-olds get life without the possibility of parole. So you're at an age where you can do something that will affect you for the rest of your life. You can get pregnant at 12. You can do something that can affect you for the rest of your life. So my job is to do is raise you, steer you, tell you the right things. But you can't blame me beyond that because I provided you everything that you were supposed to have. But even beyond that, if I did not, when you get to a certain age, you don't get to blame anybody. At some point, you have to
No.
take responsibility for yourself and how you want life to be.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the victim thing.
Hmm.
Blame everybody else for how you feel and how where. I just I have a hard time with that
Hmm.
because nobody had put me where I'm at today but me.
Hmm.
Nobody. I
Hmm.
mean, I used to blame my parents. It worked for a while.
Hmm.
Then I had to look in the mirror and say, well, you know,
Yeah.
I would say I was a victim of my circumstances until I was about 10 or 12.
Hmm.
And you're right. After that, but being 10 or 12, I really wasn't mature enough to know better on certain decisions.
Hmm.
But still in all, I have to take some responsibility for my actions.
Of course.
And so when I look back from that age on, it was definitely on me. It
Hmm.
wasn't nobody else but me. Even though they were uneducated and immature decisions, they were still my decisions through and through. So,
Absolutely. Thank you,
but a
Stacey.
lot of people don't want to hear that.
Thank you for
They,
coming. Thank you, TR. Yeah.
I wanted to say hi to him. Hi, TR.
TR.
Do you have two things going on? Because I couldn't see him in the chat.
Are you on live chat? He's in
I
the
am.
he's in the chat. He just spoke to Sanji and
Yeah,
Stacy.
before I came on, I didn't. I'm like, where is she talking to? And the other one, the gamer, I'm like, I don't see those people.
Yeah, Ultimate Gaming Channel just left out. Um,
Okay, let me go to live. Well, I'm on
top.
StreamYard now, but
Okay, yeah.
oh, there you are, the TR show. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Thank you all
wow.
so much for coming. TR, thank you. I appreciate you so much. I do. Blacklight Record says, I teach my girls, my job is to create someone who doesn't need me. And that's true. Sanjay Watt says, we should raise our children to be adult in every stage of their life because they will be an adult longer than a baby or toddler. And that is true as well. That's true as well.
Oh, I love those statements.
That's true as well. But yeah, so don't you feel guilty for cutting the person in 30? No, ma'am. Even if you didn't
I
do
don't.
right. No.
No, well, nobody's perfect. Number one.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
he didn't. I didn't get this owner's manual on how to be a parent,
Yeah.
and I didn't get an owner's manual when he was born on how to raise this particular child. So,
Mm-hmm.
We all learn. He's got children now. He's learning.
Mm-hmm. With
It's
children, yeah, don't you feel guilty? Mm-mm. Enjoy being
yeah,
a grandma.
yeah.
Well, come on. I call her Kimmy, but come on, Reed Unstoppable said, hello, Amy McFarlane, the off the grid imp. Kimmy Reed Unstoppable spoke.
I gotta get back over to chat action. Oh, this phone is. I don't like StreamYard on this phone.
Yeah. And for me, StreamYard is the only platform.
Oh, come on. Is that Kimon?
Yeah, I call her.
Oh,
Kimmy.
I like that name.
My Kimmy. Yes. But absolutely. I thank you so much for even coming up and talking with me. I pray that I said something that blessed you, helped you, freed you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's uplifted you. That was the goal, the ultimate goal.
That's what we do when we connect.
Yes.
That's what this is all about. So,
Yes.
and I appreciate you allowing me up here, honey. I do have to go though because I'm trying to do 12 other things at once. But
Yes, ma'am.
nobody else wanted to come up, so I figured,
know.
well.
I don't even take it as a bad thing. When no one comes up, I guess it's like, okay, so I've said everything I'm supposed to say today. And
I love what you got in the background too. By the way, is that a green screen or is that your actual?
It's my
walls?
actual wall. My husband.
That's really beautiful. I love that.
Yeah, thank you. And it just is everything that I believe. I believe in just being who you are because the world needs you to be who you are. That Bible verse, in all that you do, do it with love. That's like love conquers all. And then choose joy. Like you have, like that's an option. Like you can have it or not have it, but that's on you. And then believe in yourself. And then this is Esther, but perhaps this is the moment for which you have been created. And those are just things that I believe in. So,
and constant reminders. I like that. That's really, really pretty.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, honey. I'm going to go. But it was a pleasure to meet you. I've been connected for a little while.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Take care, everyone. Thank you.
Have a great one. Bye. Thank you to everyone that has come in today. Thank you, TR, for sending me a raid. I absolutely bless God for you and SF Rose, Blacklight Records. I praise God for you. I praise God for all of y'all. Like I really do. I have formed a relationship with each of you from YouTube that is just amazing. Y'all make it easy for me to be transparent, and for that I am grateful. You guys make it easy for me to share. For that I'm grateful. I know that that is what I'm supposed to do. And so I don't ever worry about anybody taking anything that I've said and using it against me because it's my truth and I'm gonna stand in my truth regardless. My prayer is always that my truth and anything that I've gone through helps somebody else. When I was younger, I didn't realize it was the Clark Sisters song because was it not SW? Was it SWV? No, it wasn't SWV. It was the one with Tiny And was that SWE? No, it wasn't SWE. It was one with Tiny, and they did the remake of it. But is my living in vain? Mm-mm-mm. Is my giving in vain? Mm-mm-mm. Is my praying in vain? Mm-mm-mm. I don't know what the verse is. Something in vain. No, of course not. It's not all in vain. 'Cause up the road is eternal gain. And so that's how I got through a lot of stuff. Like, I never looked at it as just about me. I've always felt that everything that I've gone through is for a greater purpose, a greater good than just myself. I know that I'm supposed to learn from it, but the escape, that's who it was to sing it. That was bothering me. But it was actually the Clock Sister song. And I was just this year old when I learned that the Clock Sisters actually did the original, and Escape just did a remix. I have to go now. I have to thank you, Angela, for even coming. Thank you for always coming through and supporting. I appreciate you. So yeah, I just refuse to let anything that I go through be without reason or purpose. So if that means that I have to share it, I'll share it with the world. And if it means that it will help somebody, I'll keep on sharing it so that I can help somebody. It's just no, of course not. We love your voice, your openness. Praise God, Sanji. I just really want to know if it's Sanji or Sun. I'm gonna ask Siri, and Siri gonna tear it up because Siri says Iseashia, which is what most people say anyway. SF Rose, just seeing you in my chat makes me smile. If it were not for you, I would not even have a chat. I wouldn't have a platform. One day we'll just have to sit and talk about all of the testimonies that I've even gotten in this short period of time that continuously confirms that I'm doing what God wanted me to do. And so I thank you for being a vessel in allowing God to give you the courage, strength, bravery to just say, Aisha, you need to create a channel. And despite whatever the devil may have thought he was doing, didn't God turn that thing around for our good? And look at us. So I bless God for it. And I ain't even know, so I bless God for it. So yeah, I'm trying to think. Didn't do much singing today. I don't even know how singing has really become a part of my life. We're gonna pray about that because I don't need YouTube copyrighting me. But one of the things we talked about during the suicide part, in how love isn't enough. It has to be there has to be will. And the Blind Guy show says love is not enough, but you can lean on it. And the song I sang was "Love Lifted Me." Love lifted me when nothing else could help. Love lifted me. Love lifted me. Love lifted me when nothing else could help. Love lifted me. Love lifted me. Love lifted me when nothing else could help. Love lifted me. And then we started off with we were born to win. Can you help me say yeah, yeah? You were born to win. And that song is by Kevin Davidson and the Voices, and they are local. But we were definitely born to win. Um, the chorus is hold on through the night. Everything will be all right. Come along to victory's side. You were born to win. Can you help me say, yeah, yeah, you were born to win. Some said I would lose. Others said I would fail. But don't you fear, the best is yet to come. You were born to win. Will you help me say, yeah, yeah, we were born to win. Hold on through the night. Yeah, everything will be all right. Come along to victory's side. You were born to win. Will you help me say it? Yeah, you were born to win. So don't consume yourself with trying to fit in. You were born to win. Victory is on your side. You were born to win. Let's make sure I have seen all comments. Oh my, your voice is beautiful. Thank you. We praise God for you and all the connections birthed through you and your personal. Yes, to God be the glory. No, of course not. Yes. It's not all in vain. Aisha, I just spoke reality. You needed to do this. SF Rose, like my life depended on it. You're not gonna make me cry. But I needed to do this, like my life depended on it. And my life, my life depended on it. And when I say that, y'all, when I say that, it's not about a check from YouTube. It's not being monetized. It's truly like my life depended on it. When I share topics with y'all, I'm sharing stuff a lot of times y'all don't even know that I've going through, experiencing. But I'm trying to create an avenue, a platform that's safe that we can talk about it. Because I've lost people to suicide before. I don't want anybody to ever feel like there's no hope. Even in the darkest, ugliest, nastiest, unthinkable situation, there is hope. And even if you don't believe in God, it's still okay to say, Lord, I don't believe. Help me. Help my unbelief. It's okay. Oh, Jesus. That wasn't where I was going. Thank you, SF Rose. Thank you. Mike Kimmy says, Aisha, your live stream is always relaxing to watch. You have a peaceful Saturday evening. You too, baby girl. I'm about to get off. Sanji says, love has to be activated. Yes, it does. Yes, that, yeah. You were born to win. That, yeah, just blesses me. Amy said, thank you. I needed to hear that. SF Rose says, no tears, right? I'm doing good. The cheeks might be red, but them tears holding on. Kimmy says, yes, sis, sing that song. And she said, Sanji said, Jesus wept, Aisha, and birth came forth life. Yes. And yesterday it was Proverbs, and I think it's 3 and 3. I think I Am Content found it for us. That talked about how God bottles up our tears. They're precious to Him. So yeah, guys, I have literally been on 2 hours and 30 minutes today, which is a long time for it not to be a growth string. TR, if you're still listening, I thank God for you. You are my brother. There is no ifs, ands, buts about it. Um, I think you're older than me. If you're not older than me, I'm making you older than me. And you are my big brother. S of Rose, we are sisters. I don't care what anybody says. I'm so glad that God got the victory. The devil, he's something else. My mother-in-law said that the drunk man told her the devil is always on his job, and she was like, so even the devil can talk to you. Yes, I'm so glad that God blocked that thing, and that because I didn't even know. So I'm glad that God blocked the thing, and that we are where we are. You are my sister. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. When it comes to the two of you, I am 10 toes down always. The BBK, the same applies to you. You came into my life and you've been genuine and authentic, the positive mukbanger. You have prayed me through some things that others just don't even know. And I thank you for it. I know that every connect that I've made is God ordained, is a divine connection, and I'm grateful for it. I'm here for it. I always say I don't put people out of my life. I don't. God brings people to my life, and God does the taking away. If someone leaves my life, is not in my life, it's because they left. I don't put people out of my life. So with that being said, I thank God for all of you. I wish nothing but blessings, peace, love, send lots of joy your way. Thank you for joining me for brunch with Iseashia. I kind of ran over into lunch. I'll see you guys for a quickie. I got to do better about this quickie because my husband now has my mind in some different places. But I'll come back tomorrow for Soulful Sunday. Um, to drop whatever nugget they may be. But I thank you. I love you all. And when I say I love you, I do. I genuinely love you with the love of the Lord. And some of you, I love you with the love of the Lord and some extra love on top of that. To everybody that came in, because I don't want to call no names and I don't want to miss anybody. I thank you. I thank you for supporting me. I thank you for sharing me out. I thank you for pushing me. I thank you for listening to me. I thank you for allowing me to live in my truth and stand in it, whether it be good, bad, messy, ugly. I thank you for that. And so until next time, I love you guys. Sending lots of peace, love, joy, blessings your way. TR sent me. Are you guys live? Or have you been live? Are you going live? Let me check something right quick. Will you help me say, yeah, yeah? You were born to win. Hold on through the night. Oh man, I missed it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, so I love you guys. I was about to send everybody over. Is there anybody else live that it's just 7 of us in here, but that we can raid SF Rose? And if so, will you drop the link in the chat? Hold on through the night. Everything will be alright. Come along, victory side. You were born to win. Oh, okay. Is there anybody live right now that we can go to? Will you help me say, yeah, yeah? You were born to win. Shout out again to Kevin Davidson and the Voices Memphis Own for that song. It is absolutely beautiful. Hello, thumbs up. Thank you so much, Maria's channel. I appreciate you. Will you help me say, yeah, yeah? Okay, so I was trying to see if SF Rose had somewhere that we can go. Maria, thank you so much for coming in. I will be sure to connect with you and anybody that connected with me today. I do my best to connect and show love. Okay, I was trying to see if SF Rose was coming back with us somewhere to go. But I guess the YouTube streets are clean right now. Everybody's probably getting ready for tonight. Yeah. You were born to win. So I'm not gonna play with you because I literally it stays in my head once it's in there. Okay, I'm gonna sign off. Guys, I love you. I mean it from the depths of my heart, the bottom of my soul. I love you. There's nothing anyone can do to stop me from loving them. I'm truly one of those that says, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. My Kimmy says, I want to thank SF Rose and TR for introducing me to Aisha. Oh, thank you, my Kimmy. I appreciate it. And I thank you for coming in and supporting me the way you do. I thank all of you for coming in. I pray that you all know that you are welcome. My channel is not off limits to anyone as long as we can be respectful, as long as we can be we can agree to disagree. You are always welcome in here. This is the beefless sector. I have no beefs. I love unconditionally. And that is fact. Opinion Guru TV, hello. Thank you for coming in. I'm actually about to go get off, but please check the replay if you didn't catch the live. Today was really a flowy kind of day. It seems like that's the way it's been this week. I love you guys. Have an amazing day. Okay, can you put the link in here, SF Rose? So SF Rose is going to drop a link because you do have a ranch, as my grandma would call it. Will you put the link in here in that way? If you guys will go over and you can just say this is a TR raid. I'm good with it. Opinion Guru TV, I thank you. You have really been rocking with me this week, and I appreciate you. Will you help me say, yeah, you were born to win. Hold on through the night. Okay, guys, SF Rose has dropped the link in the chat. Please, it's 8 of us in here. If the 8 of us can just go over there and say TR Raid, I would be more than elated. Even if you can't stay, please just go in and say TR Raid. Follow the link that's in the chat. Thank you guys so much. I love you. I am headed that way now to say TRA. You guys have an amazing, amazing day. Love you. Peace, love, and blessings. Bye.